वेलकम टू माय शो दिव्यांश शो वंस अगेन आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग टाइम एंड आज का जो एपिसोड है वो आपके लिए रहने वाला है जो अपना करियर देख रहे हैं, ग्रो करने का सोच रहे हैं या इंडिया से बाहर कहीं काम करना चाहते हैं. सो ये डेफिनेटली पॉडकास्ट आपके लिए है फॉर स्टूडेंट्स एंड प्रोफेशनल्स. सो टुडे वी हैव विद अस प्रेरक मेहरा, लिंक्डइन टॉप वॉइस, serving as a programmatic lead in Group M Global Nexus, worked across geographies, primarily served Singapore, Ireland, and Dubai, has traveled 18 plus countries. So, definitely, this podcast you will get the right knowledge from the right person जिन्होंने काफ़ी सारी कंपनीज में, बिग फॉर्च्यून कंपनीज में काम किया है. इंडिया से बाहर कैसे जॉब लेनी है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको ये पॉडकास्ट बहुत कुछ देने वाला है. सो जस्ट वेट फॉर द पॉडकास्ट, एंड तक देखना, कहीं जाना मत. सो लेट्स गो टू द पॉडकास्ट. So, welcome Prerak ji. I am so honored to have you on my show. After so long, we have been trying like from years back, and I am so honored to have you on my show. Okay, so why programmatic advertising? What are the career opportunities, and are salaries very high?
Yeah, so definitely programmatic advertising for me, I think it's a game change altogether. It's a most cost efficient platform to run ads as compared to other channels. And your second question to salaries, I think salaries are hefty packages. So one can start from 6 lakh rupees and they can go beyond 20 lakhs per annum.
Someone who is an experienced or who had done an internship,
Yeah,
you
so
can land yourself a 6 lakh per annum job.
6 lakh per annum as a
That is nice.
starting salary.
Okay, because right now, even when I started with 5,000 per month internship, and then my first job was just 15,000. And what you are saying, this is massive.
Yeah.
So definitely, programmatic advertising would be a good career option.
Definitely.
Can you tell me a little bit about your early life? I see you are an ex-Dentsu. You have worked in ENY. Then you have your professional summary in Ireland also. You have worked in UK market. You have worked in US market. Then you have worked in Dubai as well.
Yeah.
I have to breathe a lot. So can you just take us how your life journey had been? Like it has been easy to you for you to land yourself a job in Dubai. How had it been your, you know?
Yeah, so I completed my MBA in 2009 and then I moved into programmatic marketing, which is specifically into content side of the business. So I worked with
Okay.
Tata Sky, I worked with IPTV service providers, so it was more sort of a vast content. But then I thought maybe this is not my part of a interest. So I moved to UK, I moved to Dublin in 2016 to do a digital marketing strategy course from UCD Smurfit Business School. I completed that course in 1 year and then in the middle I did an internship with Google. That was
Okay.
a 4 month short period internship, but I learned a lot there. And then I got a job with EY. I was working there as a digital consultant for UK and Ireland market specifically.
Okay.
And then I did not find that much interesting consulting profile. I know it's again consulting. Everybody wants to get into consulting because mostly you see IIT and IIMs, they are part of consulting.
Even after MBA, people land themselves to be as a strategic consultant in ENY.
Absolutely.
Maximum are consulting jobs.
Absolutely. And they are very hefty packages.
Okay.
But I didn't find that much interesting. And then I thought maybe why not I switch to a profile wherein I'm doing my master's, which is digital marketing.
Right.
And I started my journey in programmatic as a programmatic trader
Okay.
in Dublin itself. I started
Nice.
with gamplinggroup.com. So it was an affiliate marketing agency and I was working specifically on programmatic.
Okay.
And then due to some personal commitments, I have to come back to India. And literally, I just worked almost 5 months as a programmatic trader in Dublin, and I got a job as a senior digital marketing manager in Dentsu.
Wow.
So you see, working just for 5 months in programmatic and then moving back to India as a senior profile, I think you can easily understand, the importance
Definitely, that is.
of programmatic.
Right.
So I worked with Dentsu. I was leading Microsoft. I was taking care of their media planning. I was taking care of the programmatic business, and I was also side by side taking care of their Amazon search business for their
Nice.
Microsoft Surface laptops.
Okay.
So I worked there for 2 years, and then I joined Publicis. So with Publicis, I was again leading their programmatic business for Macy's for US market, and I was also managing GSK, which is a pharmaceutical company,
Okay.
for Gulf market. I worked there for a short period of time before I got a call from Dubai, and with Dubai, I got a chance to work there as a programmatic manager, managing their GCC and Gulf market for Lenovo and Sia Motors. So Sia Motors is nothing, is there into electric vehicles. So it's their main project which was coming up in Saudi. So I was leading their programmatic business for Sia and Lenovo.
That
And
is
then
amazing.
yeah, and then I worked there for almost 1.5 year before I moved back to India.
In Dubai, you worked for 1.5 years.
1.5 year, yes.
Okay.
But then I moved back to India again due to some personal commitments.
Right.
I have to come back, and then I got a senior position with Group M now. So I'm working here as a programmatic lead for UK
Right.
market.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm almost managing 23 ad tech experts who are reporting to me.
Well, everything sounds so interesting. You explained it like it was so easy for you to get the job and this and that. Can you tell us what are the challenges? Definitely, people face challenges, you know. It's not easy to get a job in Dubai. So, how did you get a job in Dubai? Is it like, has it been easy for you?
No, I think to get a job out of India, I would say it's not that easy. One has to mold their CV in such a way that it strike the mind of an HR. You know,
Right.
if you have a raw CV, there are no case studies, no point of views, nothing is mentioned in your CV. I think that will not fetch you. So I would suggest that if somebody is looking for a job in Dubai or any other market, it's very, very important, you know, to mention the clients you have worked on, mention the accounts in terms of the value of the accounts, the spends, how much the spends you have worked on.
Right.
So all these things are very, very important to be added to the CV. And yes, definitely there are a lot of certifications.
Talk about this, like what are the skills and certification in the later part of the podcast. So first, I would like to understand for our viewers, what is programmatic basically? Programmatic advertising, so there are three terms: programmatic advertising, performance marketing and media buying. So we usually confuse these terms. हम बहुत confuse हो जाते हैं.
Yeah.
So if you can like to explain it, you know, a much in detailed manner,
Yeah.
yet short, so
Yeah.
that our audience can, you know, understand.
Definitely, definitely. So, see, programmatic, if I talk about programmatic, is nothing, is just a buying the ads and selling ads on an ad exchange
Okay.
in a real time process,
Okay.
right? So that's programmatic advertising, right? You can buy ads programmatically, and how you buy ads programmatically is through RTB, real time bidding, which
Okay.
happens on the ad exchange, right? Media buying can be done via performance marketing. Media buying can be done through programmatic.
Right.
Performance marketing specifically, if I talk about performance marketing, is nothing, is just, you know, utilizing Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, these channels, you know, to
generate leads,
To generate
get
leads.
awareness,
Exactly,
basically.
exactly.
Right.
generate leads. Performance marketing is purely leads.
Leads.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But programmatic, if I talk about, programmatic is an upper funnel approach.
Right.
It's a costly affair, I would say, and
Okay.
it's mostly from an awareness perspective.
Right. So you would not prefer it for small businesses? For which businesses you would prefer this? Can a freelancer utilize this platform, programmatic advertising, for their clients? As in, we know, like I am also a freelancer, marketing consultant. So in my knowledge, Google ads, Facebook ads, Meta ads works really well to generate leads. So programmatic advertising, again, a new for me. So can I utilize this for my client or not, maybe?
So definitely yes. So programmatic advertising, again, as I mentioned, is a very, very costly affair. You need a minimum spend, say
Okay.
$40,000 or $50,000.
Per
To-
month?
Yeah, per month,
Okay.
to actually get a platform access.
Okay.
And that is why you see that Google search, Facebook, they have a readily available access. You can
Exactly.
easily access their platform.
Facebook ads, you can just start with 80 rupees, 85 rupees. Now it's
And
changing
yes,
per day.
they do give you
Or
10,000 credits and 5,000 credits to start
Exactly.
their business. So
Right.
coming back to your point, for a small scale business, I would definitely not suggest to go with programmatic advertising until unless you have a large chunk of money to spend on advertising.
Fine, right. And that is also for awareness purpose mostly.
Absolutely, you can use it for performance marketing, but you cannot actually measure the success as compared to the Facebook or Instagram. What Facebook, Instagram, and search can give you the results, programmatic you cannot expect. But yes,
Right.
it do give results.
It do give results.
But
So-
we have to go to the funnel wise. So there are 3 stages in programmatic, which is awareness, consideration, and conversion. Usually, client says that we just want to do performance, the conversion funnel, they don't want to do awareness, they don't want to do consideration.
Right.
In that case, it's very difficult for a programmatic advertiser to give them the results. So
Right.
the right approach, and that is why it makes a costly affair.
Absolutely. Got it.
Yeah.
So basically, this is for large companies,
For big brands.
mostly for big brands who have budgets. Basically,
Absolutely.
$40,000. That is the minimum budget you said, na?
Yeah.
$40,000.
It could be 20,000, it could be 30,000, but the more the budget, the better the performance from programmatic.
Better the
advertising.
awareness, more the reach you would get.
Exactly.
Definitely. Okay, since our podcast is career oriented, students are listening, professionals are listening. So somebody who want to come into programmatic, what are the skills and certifications required?
Okay, so when it comes to programmatic advertising, so I think there are a lot of certifications right now available.
Right.
So one can get an access to DV360. I think
Okay.
that's the most fundamental and basic certification one can add it to their CV. That's one
Okay.
thing. Apart from that, you can also do certifications like Google Analytics.
Okay.
You can also do certifications like Google Tag Manager.
Okay.
Again, Google Tag Manager would be a more advanced certifications that I would not suggest, but it would be if somebody has an interest to do that, they can go ahead and do that.
Right.
But DV360 is very important.
Okay.
There are other certifications available like Amazon DSP, Trade Desk. These are all DSP specific certifications. So
Can you explain a more DSP and DV360? Because
Okay.
these are some terms like audience would like to know what is DV360. But somebody who doesn't know what is programmatic advertising, they are new to DV360 display ads.
Okay, so I will explain you with an example in terms of the ecosystem, how
Right.
the ecosystem works. So on the left side, you have an advertiser,
Okay.
then you have a DSP. So DSP is DV360.
Okay.
It's nothing, it helps the advertisers, for example, Coca-Cola. It will help advertiser Coca-Cola to showcase their ads on the ad exchange.
The platform basically.
So ad exchange, all the buying and selling of ads will take place.
Okay.
DSP will help in buying the ads for advertiser.
Okay.
On the right hand side, you have a supply side platform and the publisher.
Okay.
So publisher will reach out to supply side platform. Supply side platform will understand the requirement, the available inventory the publisher has, for example, Times of India. They will place their requirement on the ad exchange, and then DSP will place their request from Coca-Cola, and then if the interest matches, if
Right.
the, I would say, the parameters matches
Right.
what exactly the requirement of Coke is,
Right.
they will buy the ads. So
Okay.
all the ads, all the buying and selling happens in a real time basis. It could be just a blink of an eye, 100 milliseconds or 200 milliseconds.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, so ad exchange is in the center, and then DSP helps the advertiser in buying the ads, and SSP helps the publishers in selling their ads on the ad
Selling their
exchange.
ads. Okay. So DV360 is an
Is a
ad
DSP.
exchange platform basically.
Is a DSP, demand
DSP,
side platform.
demand side
platform,
platform.
because it is fulfilling the demand of an advertiser
Okay.
on an ad exchange.
Okay.
And supply side platform is helping the publishers in selling their inventory on the ad exchange.
So uska certification is very important.
It's very important. So if you do DV360 certification, it will give you the understanding of how the ecosystem works, what are the
Right.
parties involved,
Right.
right? It would help you in securing a job.
How important is the experience in getting a job in programmatic advertising?
Okay, so experience in programmatic advertising. So if you are taking from a fresher perspective with zero experience, I think no specific qualification is required. He or she could be a graduate or a postgraduate. But if that somebody wants looking for an experienced profile, then I think minimum of 5 to 6 years experience is required to fetch you a manager or a senior manager profile.
A high salary job if
For
you
a
are
high
expecting
salary.
basically.
Absolutely, absolutely.
For starting, only qualification or certifications, DV360,
Certifications,
analytics. This would
Analytics,
work.
and yes, of course, there are a lot of courses available from Craftshala, from
Right.
Udemy,
Okay.
from Mica.
Okay.
You know, if you do that, that's, I think those are 6 months to 1 year.
Okay.
If you do that, your chances of getting hired as an intern in any of the agencies, big agencies like Group M, Dentsu, Havas, would be easy.
That is nice. I think that would engage our students who are looking for internships. If somebody wants to land themselves for an internship at Group M, how
Yes.
they can, do that.
So
Okay,
yes,
certification is one thing, but through LinkedIn or through maybe your network, if you can suggest something, if they want an internship in Group M, As
So-
you said to me as well, you are running training programs and something like that.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
can share that.
Yeah, absolutely. So every year we run an MWizard training program,
Okay.
which attracts the lot of interns, talents across India, and specifically we hire around 15 to 20, or it could increase 30 to 40 interns,
Okay.
right? And basically what we look at, they have a sound understanding of programmatic. They are well versed with the concepts, as I mentioned. They
Okay.
should be well versed with the ecosystem. They should be well versed with the data types available. They should understand the terminologies like DMP, DSP, SSP,
Right.
ad networks,
Right.
ad exchanges,
Right.
right? So once we understand that yes, this person has a basic understanding, then we get a confidence that yes, definitely he could be a right person who can easily understand and grasp the technical aspects of programmatic.
Absolutely. That is fine.
Yeah.
Now I'll deviate from the topic a little bit. Since you are a LinkedIn top voice and you have worked with lots of companies, you have worked internationally, and all because of LinkedIn specifically, you get yourself a job from LinkedIn. Some tips for our viewers, for our audience, how you can leverage LinkedIn to getting a job in US or maybe any other country if they are looking for. If you can give some tips to them.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn is a very, very good platform, I would say. And I think whatever jobs I've got all jobs from LinkedIn.
Right.
So ultimately, building a right profile, complete profile. I could see that a lot of people create an incomplete profile and they never get an opportunity to go back to LinkedIn and look what is happening, right? So my take here would be, first of all, create your profile in such a way that it is engaging
Right.
to the people, those who are looking for the right talent. And how you can do that? You can do that by having different certifications.
Okay.
There are a lot of courses on Coursera. You can get access to LinkedIn Learning, right? You will find a lot of programmatic courses out there, right? You can add it to your CV, to your LinkedIn profile CV. And also on the job switch, I would say that the more you work with brands, if you are a fresher, then definitely approach towards the agency side of it. If you're looking for a job, intern job in a digital marketing, because agency job is something which will help you in fetching a job with the brand side moving forward.
Okay. A little bit more, like in detail, I would like to understand. So, if I want to get a job, maybe in US, maybe in Dubai, so how do I, manage my LinkedIn networks? Where do I approach? How do I look for the job opportunities? How do I reach out to maybe HRs or maybe the agencies? How do you, just take us through the process a
Okay,
little
so I
bit?
think reaching out directly to an HR would not solve the purpose.
Okay.
I think first, as I mentioned, you need to build a strong profile.
And we should have an experience as well,
So for freshers, I think it would be difficult to move abroad.
Abroad, okay.
Because countries like Dubai, UK, they are specifically looking out for talents with an experience mindset.
Okay.
So if somebody is looking for a job, I think first of all it's very important their LinkedIn profile should be very strong. They have a visibility. People know that, because whatever actions, whatever engagement you're doing on LinkedIn,
Right.
your network first see, right? So you should create a mindset, first of all, what you need to do, where you want to go. So for example, I had a mindset that I have to go to Dubai, right? So I was an agency throughout, and then I started adding people from digital advertising, programmatic specific people in Dubai, be it HR,
Cool.
be it media planner, be it digital account managers, right? The CEO of the agency.
So you just started following them or, making their network? Like
So
how?
I sent a request,
Okay.
they accept it, and then I start doing the engagement. So I do a lot of content posting on LinkedIn, they comment, I engage with their content, and then immediately I connect, with them via personal messages. So that's the kind of an engagement you have to build. It's just not that you have created a LinkedIn profile will fetch you a job out of
Absolutely.
India. So the more the engagement, the more talking to your connections, greeting them, on their birthday, greeting them on their 1-year work anniversary. I think that makes a difference. So
like give the time and understand to whom you are connecting, and obviously start engaging with them, with their content, start engaging with their personal life, wishing on their birthdays, wishing on their maybe if they are doing something good in their career,
Absolutely.
congratulating them,
Absolutely. That's how you grow your network, right?
asking them questions, like from your niche only. If you are in programmatic advertising, you ask them questions,
Yeah,
something
like
like
post more on LinkedIn.
Right.
If you want to tag certain person, tag it. That's how you will increase your reach. That's how your visibility will increase on LinkedIn. And that's how when the time will come to look for the job, if you reach to that person and he is in that specific agency, then definitely he will help because your engagement is higher, right?
that. Right.
So that's how you have to build. But right now, what I can see on LinkedIn is people are just creating their profile. They are not concerned. They are not going back to LinkedIn. They are not nurturing their.
Are they not using the right keywords? Something with the keywords you can say, like what should be the profile have? They want to see these things,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The person should know DV360. The person should know what campaigns are, how campaigns work,
Yes.
how buyers and sellers, what is media buying.
Yes.
So things like this will help your CV
More stronger.
More stronger.
Definitely, like from a fresher perspective, definitely DV360 platform access will not be there for freshers, right? But strong basic understanding of how the programmatic ecosystem work will make the game altogether for them.
Right.
And I'm 100% sure that if somebody has a basic understanding of the ecosystem, what are the parties involved, how does the exchange works, how does RTB happens, I think that would be a stepping stone for somebody to get into agency, to
Right.
fetch a
Amazing.
job of around 5 to 6 lakh rupees.
Abroad.
No, India.
India. Okay.
India. But
Work
abroad,
here and then apply for abroad as you
yes,
have
gain
said
some
the
experience. Gain some experience in an agency.
technique. Okay.
Work with bigger clients like Coca-Cola, Unilever, Pepsi, right? There are a lot of clients. Like
Yeah.
bigger agencies have gamut of clients. So work with them, get some experience. It's just not that you are working for 6 months, leaving and then joining the other agency. No,
Right.
you have to build the credibility.
Right.
Build some credibility for 3 years, 4 years,
Right.
and then you are ready.
Right. So this is coming out of experience. आपने मुझे बताया था that what challenges you faced when you were in Dublin.
Yeah.
Right. So आप उसके बारे में कुछ बताना चाहोगे?
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in Dublin, like when I passed out,
So you did your master's degree in Dublin.
yeah, I did my master's in digital marketing
Okay.
from Smurfit.
Right.
Yeah. So when I passed out from there, I was very confident that I'll get a job because I had 5 years of experience. But for me, like whenever you go abroad and you apply for jobs, your experience of India will not count. You are a complete fresher. I have seen people with 15 years of experience in Dublin is counted as a fresher.
Really?
Yes. So because they have India experience.
Right.
So local market experience is very important. So I struggled finding out a job in EY. I applied round about 250 jobs
Okay.
and I got almost 250 rejections.
Oh my God, that is too much. And
That's
आजकल
too
तो
much.
like 10 to 20 jobs apply करने में अगर नहीं होता तो हार मान लेते हैं.
Exactly.
So
So
that's
मैंने हार नहीं मानी
हाँ जी.
anyways, but finally I got a call from EY.
Okay.
I appeared for around 4 rounds of interview
Okay.
and I cleared it, and that time I got a job of around 45,000 euros, which
Wow.
is approximately to 35 to 40 lakh per annum if I convert it to India.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I would say. Like if you're getting rejections, one should not get disheartened, right? Every day is a new day. Every day is a new learning.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
That is nice. I loved it. That how you have been rejected for 250 interviews and then you landed yourself job in EY. What are some common interview questions asked from the students or professional applying for programmatic advertising, and how can they prepare for them?
so I think if somebody is looking from a fresher perspective, so definitely what we look at people those who have a strong basic understanding of programmatic.
Okay.
So basics, I think, is the foundation, and it's a stepping stone to take a job in an agency. And yes, definitely DV360 certification and Google Analytics certification, along with basic understanding, right? And if somebody has some course certification from Craftshala or Mica or from Upgrad, will definitely help them in.
That will add a value to it.
Yes, definitely.
So basically, as you are a programmatic lead, a global lead, if you take an interview, what questions would you ask? Like, what is DSP? What is DSP? Questions like these are the questions you look for in the person. That yeah, he's aware, he's good fit for programmatic advertising.
So
Some
first-
questions if you can share.
So first of all, I will definitely ask that why programmatic. I think that's very important to understand the mindset of a person that why he wants to get into programmatic.
Right.
Second, I would definitely go ahead and ask about the stages available in a programmatic advertising,
Okay.
right? So there's a funnel in programmatic advertising. What are the stages of funnel? That is very important for any fresher
Okay.
to understand the stages of funnel, because basis that you will be setting up the campaign.
Right.
So, and then I'll be specifically talking about the ecosystem. That's my favorite question. I try to judge
Okay.
people understanding the ecosystem. If they have a knowledge, they know the ecosystem, they can easily relate the ecosystem to when they will be coming up and setting up the campaign. And then we also focus on Excel skills. I think that is very, very important,
Okay.
because programmatic is all about data.
How you play with the data, basically.
Absolutely. So
Right.
you have to do a storytelling basis the data.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of number crunching and there are a lot of data analysis. We do it via Excel. So basic knowledge of Excel, conditional formatting, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, you know, basic filter options, you know,
Right.
how to remove duplicates. So these are the basic thing one should have for applying for a job for a junior basic.
Because you're playing with a lot of data, like.
Yeah.
And as you shared, there are types of data in programmatic advertising. Can you just explore that option as well? Like,
Okay, so
how many types are there?
Okay, so the data which I'm talking about from Excel perspective is the metrics and dimensions which we usually get once the campaign finishes, that data. But if I talk about specifically about data types in programmatic, so they're like first party data,
Okay.
second party data and third party data.
Okay.
So first party data is something the brands own their data.
Okay.
So for example, Coca-Cola has their own data which
Right.
they have collected from various sources,
Right.
right? So that's the first party data for the brand. Second party data is something, the data which is beneficial for the other party. For example, Indigo Airlines giving their data to ICICI Bank for credit cards,
Okay.
and ICICI Bank is using the data from Indigo Airlines for their credit card offers.
Okay.
And then third party data is the data. So there are a lot of data providers available in digital marketing, specifically to programmatic. So Lotame, Bluekai. So they are third party data platforms. What they do, they collect the data, place their cookies on the website and collect the data. Those data they put it in the buckets,
Right.
be it lifestyle, be it shopping, be it travel, and then they create the packages and they activate those packages in the demand side platform, which is DV360,
Right.
and people can buy it.
Right.
So they buy it on a CPM basis.
So basically, types of data that you just shared with us, it helps you analyzing the campaigns and analyzing the target audiences. You can, work on that. Your target audiences
So-
data helps in that.
Yeah, so first party, second party, and third data are the audience types. So these are the audiences which you are plugging in your campaign,
You're integrating it. Basically.
integrating it, and then activating it to show the right ad to the right user at the right time.
Cool. And that is happening in DV360. Nice. Cool. Okay, so Prerakji, next question is very important, very crucial. What are the growth and advancement opportunities in programmatic advertising? What are the career progression paths that you would like to share with the audience?
Okay, so career progression path, if I talk about, so one can start as a fresher.
Right.
They can join as an intern in an agency,
Okay.
and then they can move up to an executive role
Okay.
after 1 year, 1.5 year, depending upon your performance. Then you can go to senior exec, senior executive. Then you go to manager. Again, it depends agency to agency, but if I talk about specifically to Group M, so it's intern,
Okay.
then exec, then senior exec, then manager, then you go senior manager, then you go associate director,
Okay.
then director, then senior director, and then it will be AVP and then VP. And then you become the partner, wherein you will be leading the entire agency
Right.
with 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people.
So through programmatic advertising, you can be a director as well. Okay, so that is being loyal to the company, spending years, and you will get this hierarchy year after year. How does it happens, like the growth
So again depends. So
from one position to other position?
if you are a good performer, then definitely they will promote you in the next 1.5 year.
1.5
But usually the time is 2 years.
2 years.
2
no?
years.
Right.
But they can promote it before if you have a good performance. If your client servicing skills are amazing,
Right.
right? Whatever KPIs are yet to be delivered for your campaigns, you're delivering the campaigns. You're managing team in a very exceptional manner. The clients are happy because they are the ones who are giving you the business. So if they are
Okay.
happy,
Definitely. So does client also give feedback, or your managers gives the feedback?
No, so again it depends. So once we go for a feedback, like for an appraisal or a promotion,
Right.
every 2 year,
Right.
we ask the team manager
Team
to
head.
reach out to the clients,
Right.
or ADs or directors can also reach out
Okay.
specifically to the clients, and they can collect the feedback.
Nice. And so, okay, next question I would say, like, if you want to advance in this career, you know, get a higher position, do you think switching jobs would help? Or be in the company, spend years and get that position? What would you recommend?
I think it's very important, because if I take my own experience,
Right.
initially I made a big mistake,
Okay.
that I used to hop on the companies, in 1 year.
Okay.
Right, and I think that definitely at a stage of my career it was very difficult for me to prove myself to the companies, because the HRs usually ask, and in the interview also they ask, that you are literally job hopping the companies in 1 year, 1.5 year. What is the issue?
What was the
here?
reason?
What is the
why?
reason? Yeah, so I would suggest, if one can stay for a company for at least 2 to 3 years, at least 2.5 to 3 years. I think that's the ideal time to give to any company and to build your credibility, because you are building the credibility in the current organization, but you are also building credibility for the company wherein you are applying. Right?
Right.
So minimum 2.5 to 3 years is an ideal time,
Right.
and this I understood after taking lot many interviews
Absolutely.
and after spending my 11 years in the industry.
Right.
But today's generation, they go after money. I would
Right.
say, if you have a talent, if you have a knowledge, money will come to you.
Yeah. Right.
And what we
And I
discussed
think then
earlier.
opportunities will open for you
Definitely.
at the end,
Definitely.
because you're working on your skills, you're working on your, you know, specific niche basically. You have spent years.
Yes.
So I think switching will not help. If you can be in the same company and you can progress there, that would
That
really
is,
help.
yeah.
That would be good. So what do you think the future of programmatic advertising is right now? Because I have seen, there was one source from Exchange Media that it would be a $28 billion economy or something like that. Can you share some, like, is future good?
I think programmatic advertising right now is booming, I would say. $601 billion was the spend in 2023 last year, and it is going to be around 1.3 trillion dollars by 2033, and that's the data from Statista.
Okay.
So you can get to know the power of programmatic.
Right.
So everything is automated.
Chat GPT is coming, AI is progressing, like all are taking help of Chat GPT.
Yes,
And
definitely.
programmatic is also, again, it limits your manual work, right? Manual efforts.
Absolutely.
So that is
Absolutely.
again you can say a positive sign that it will progress in future.
Yes.
Nice. So what are some challenges? Can you, since you have been more than 12 plus years of experience in this field, what are some challenges in programmatic advertising you face?
So I think first challenge I would say is a data privacy and regulation. That's the first challenge, and that is how GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, has come in place, right? Second, I would say brand safety. So since we are buying and selling an ads through an open auction, so there are chances wherein your ad could be shown beside the harmful content,
Okay.
right? So brand safety is something, but as a solution, we are using Double Verify, Integral Ad Signs, Moat. These are brand safety third-party platform providers.
Okay.
Brand safety is another main constraint which I
Right.
see.
Basically, brand credibility.
No, brand credibility is different. Brand safety is different. So if I am showcasing my ad, I will make sure that my ad does not shown on any site which is an alcohol site
Or maybe an illegal site.
illegal site.
Right.
Yes, definitely. So brand safety is one.
So basically, it disrupts your reputation, right?
Yeah, just to save your reputation, brand reputation,
Right.
right? And then inventory availability. So I think there are a lot of websites which are fake websites called MFA, which is made for advertising.
Okay.
So these made for advertising sites, main focus is just to earn the revenue for them.
Okay.
So they give fake clicks and fake impression. So I would tell you that $84 billion is the ad fraud cost out of the total spend, I would say. So out of the total spend, the ad fraud cost is $84 billion. You can understand that how much ad fraud is done in programmatic.
Right.
And this is all saved through the brand safety platforms like I mentioned, which is Double Verify, Integral Ad Science. So brand safety is again one challenge.
Right.
Data privacy and protection is one. Ad blocking, ad fraud, right? Inventory availability. So buying the right inventory, through an ad.txt partners.
Many websites, they take organic traffic. When we analyze the SEM rush, when we analyze the tools, they are taking traffic from the porn sites, and they are just making the reputation of the website go down. Although they can show you the numbers, like this much traffic they have get, but from where they are getting the traffic, that is
The source
useless.
is not, the source, and most of the cases you will find the sources are not identified. You cannot
We
understand
can't
from where the
identify
traffic
exactly,
is coming.
and you know better, in analytics it shows others referrals.
Yes.
So sometimes we can't even catch that in analytics as well.
Yes, definitely, and that's the power of programmatic advertising again.
Okay, that is
So programmatic advertising, we help, showcase, not showcasing the content towards the harmful sites which would tarnish the image of the brands.
that's nice, that's amazing. That is the USP of programmatic advertising.
That could be one of the USPs.
and as you have also said when we were talking, that you can do the micro level targeting to the audiences that we can't do in Google ads.
Yeah, so there are a lot of benefits while running campaigns via DV360 as compared to Google Ads. So again, Google Ads is for a small enterprise, I would say, but DV360 is a costly affair, right? And secondly, the reporting capabilities are very high. The targeting is very niche. It's very granular targeting in DV360.
Right.
There are a lot of ad exchange available, which is not in Google Ads.
Okay.
So when you connect with ad exchanges are connected with different publishers. They have publishers who have gamut of inventories. They put their inventories on the ad exchange.
Okay.
So and Google is one of the ad exchange. AppNexus is one of the ad exchange. So can you imagine that how many websites are available
Right.
across the globe? So all those websites place their request on an ad exchange, right? And once you have these exchanges linked in DV360, it gives you more gamut of opportunities.
I'm sure definitely the professionals or the students who are listening, they would have got lots of glimpse in this field, programmatic advertising, if they want to advance their career. Last few tips that you can give to the professionals that they can also face some challenges, getting themselves in programmatic. Last few tips for them.
So first tip, I would say that if you're looking for a job as a fresher in digital marketing, I would request them to build their CV in such a way that is more enticing. When I say enticing, using keywords like DV360, using keywords like media planning, using keywords like campaign management, right?
Okay.
So this would definitely help them showcasing their CV more stronger.
Okay.
Right, and then definitely adding certifications from Craftshala, certifications from Mica, Upgrad. There is Owais Ahmed. He has amazing content on YouTube.
Okay.
He is also available on Udemy, right? And it will help them in understanding the basics of programmatic,
right?
And if you will do that course, it would definitely help them in clearing the intern or an exec position for any of the agencies.
Okay, so at last, Prerak ji, since you have also shared previously, like there are 2 opportunities that goes on in a year. So can you share something like how students can be aware of that, if they want to get an internship in Group M or some other agency?
So I think if they are looking for an internship with Group M or any other agency, I'll specifically talk about Group M because I'm currently working in Group M. And so every year we run MWizard training program.
Okay.
So we hire around 20-25 interns. We mold them for our next role. We teach them about basics.
Okay.
We teach them what is required from an intern, what is required from them to move it to the next level. We give them training, everything. So every year we come out for an India account, MWizard interns for India, and also we go for MWizard interns for who will be taking care of the global markets, be it UK, be it Singapore, APAC, EMEA or UK, whatever.
Okay.
Right. So these jobs are posted on Group M page, LinkedIn page.
Okay.
So I would request people those are looking for an intern position, they can definitely go ahead and follow the pages on LinkedIn, Group M or different
Basically agencies
and also the best approach here I would say to connect with the HRs. Don't bother them with their messages, but yes, definitely follow them. So that once the position comes, every year, they get a notification that yes, this is the intern position open, and they can go ahead and share their CV.
Right.
And if their CV is strong, as I mentioned, how they can build their CV. If the CV is strong, all the certifications are there, right? They have done courses from Craftshala or Oveis Ahmed, right? And there are other courses available on
Right.
Coursera and LinkedIn Learning,
Right.
and using the powerful words,
Right.
right? Media planning, campaign manager, programmatic, ad tech, programmatic
To
advertising.
make your CV stronger.
Make your CV strong, because it would be easy for HR to relate that yes, he is the right person.
Right.
Who is
All
fit for an
basic
intern role.
certifications have been completed,
Exactly.
and he knows everything about programmatic, the basic things that
Basic
needs to
things,
be.
yes.
uh,
Basic is very
be aware.
important if you're looking for a role for an intern perspective. It's very important, because basic is your root. If the root is not strong, it will not deliver fruits.
So anybody can land a job in programmatic. They should know these basics. These certification needs to be done,
Certifications.
and
yes.
they can expect in 5 to 6 years at least 10 lakhs of salary कर सकते हैं वो.
More than 10 lakh. I
More
think.
than 10 lakhs.
Yes.
That is nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prerikji. It was an amazing podcast. Like, you shared a lot of tips, tricks about programmatic advertising. What is programmatic advertising? And I hope this has been useful and resourceful for the audience. Thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
so
to
much.
my podcast.
Thanks, Divyanshu. Thanks for giving me
Really.
an opportunity. It's so kind of you.
It's
I
my
think
honor.
we have been exploring, I think, for the past
Yes.
2.5 years.
More than that.
More than that, I was in Dubai, but now
Yeah.
we got a chance when I moved back.
Yes,
Now we
yes,
got a
yes.
chance, and I think it was a fruitful.
And this is not
discussion.
last. We will definitely, there are so many terms that I know audience, even I have got over my head. There's some terms in programmatic that you just shared, so we can keep more short reels for our audiences, or maybe the podcast in future that can
Definitely,
can-
most welcome.
So
Happy
we-
to do that.
yeah, it will be more resourceful for our audience.
Sure, 100%.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
होप आपको पॉडकास्ट अच्छा लगा होगा. कुछ आपके सजेशंस या कुछ स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक कि मैं इस पे पॉडकास्ट लेके आऊँ, आप मेरे को शेयर कर सकते हैं, कमेंट कर सकते हैं. प्लीज़ डू कमेंट ये पॉडकास्ट आपको कैसा लगा. कुछ आपका स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन अगर मैंने मिस कर दिया हो प्रोग्रामेटिक एडवर्टाइजिंग से रिलेटेड, जो आपके माइंड में अभी भी घूम रहा हो, डू कमेंट इट, एंड डेफिनेटली प्रेरक मेहरा सर वुड कम एंड answer your questions. So wait for our next podcast.